It's noon. That means it's time for a brand new Alt Universe Live. Today we are getting crafty by crafting. Let's explain. So, roll the intro. Hello, everybody. I'm Rob. Over there, that's my mom. You can call her Karen or just call her as she says. Today, we're going to do something we love to do and talk about on, say, 98% of our shows, probably. We're going to talk about crafting, and it's kind of a good time to do because a lot of these things could be holiday gifts. Hint, hint, who doesn't like something that's made by hand? We have a couple categories to go over. So whether you like upcycling, whether you want to get something for the fur babies, or whether you want to craft as a couple, we have something for all. So you ready to go?
I'm ready. I'm putting it up. Here we go.
All right. So first up, we're going to look at some recycled crafts. So I talked about this before. Soda bottles, water bottles, any large liquid always have the leftover plastic, right? And we talk about how, we don't want to throw it away, plastic issue, all that stuff. Well, you can make plastic bottle plant pots or flower pots. So you can tell from here, they use some faux succulents, but if you have a green thumb, you can probably pop in, tiny little plants, maybe grow some herbs, do whatever. They are pretty adorable, huh? These guys went ahead and literally made kitties. And
I agree. Oh my God, I want to do this.
The basics for this is pretty easy. All you're going to need is half of your soda bottle. I know you have a bunch at home. You cut it in half, and then you just get some paint. You can either do pure white, or if you feel like being colorful, pick one. And then, if you choose to, why not add some googly eyes, buttons, what have you. There's no limit because it's up to you what you want to put your flowers in, right? The next one is almost identical. However, these are used with, okay, hold on. Well, we have the yogurt cups first, which we didn't get a picture for because it was the same idea, basically.
Oops. Okay, I'm back to this then.
There we go. So yogurt cups can also be used. Now, that's kind of funny because they're very small, but you can, because some yogurt, you can actually get those containers. You clean them out, and the same thing goes. All you're going to have to do, because usually you have a logo on there, you don't want to necessarily have the Dannon logo on your yogurt flower pot, right? But the same thing goes, right? You can put in a fake plant. You can put in a real plant. I just saw an ad for growing herbs and tomatoes, so maybe put in a tomato plant,
I think it's cool. I would even plant like herbs and put that on my windowsill and paint. I love this. I like the googly eyes, or maybe
and I'm sure on the yogurt ones you can do the same thing. It's just a different surface area, obviously.
Yeah.
All right. So now for number 3, what we just had a minute ago. These are clever. A lot of people do collect bottle caps, which I didn't realize was a big thing, but apparently it's a big collection thing. Why not put them to some good use? Take some tiny magnets, and we actually made a list. I know we're going to put up a little bit later. And all you're going to do is glue tiny magnets to your bottle caps, and you have refrigerator magnets.
Voila!
How easy is that? Literally, it's glue and magnets, and you're done. It looks like most of these are probably off of beer bottles, but I'm sure you can do any sort of bottle cap, soda bottles. You could theoretically, I guess, do plastic, but I think these look cooler with the metal, so I think you probably want to do the metal, right? I don't think plastic really has the same...
I don't even know how to imagine. Yeah, you could, I guess, but you're right.
So far, so good, right? Pretty simple, pretty easy. All right, number 4, we have, I don't think we have a picture for these yet, but we have the mason jars for number 4. I know, there are so many things.
Okay, so I will actually pop up a mason jar here.
Okay, and actually for one of my crafts later, I have mine too, I just realized. So painted mason jars are also another way to use as a centerpiece. You can use it as a vase. You can put some flowers in it too. And this one too, it takes 2 pieces. You have the mason jar and your paint. I believe you called it tempera paint.
Yeah, tempera paint. It's what you used to use when you were in school. That's what we actually painted with, because it comes off. If you want to if you want to remove it, you can. But
Oh, I see. Okay. So it's thick, but it can come off. There you go. And it'll give you a nice little shine. Now, what I will tell you when we get to the date ones, after a while, it does kind of fade. So what I would do is maybe paint on the front, not on the inside, because it might actually last longer and it probably holds on the outside of the jar. Now we got our last one here, and these are pretty cool. You can do one of two things. Home Depot or Lowe's has those color swatches. And literally all you do, you take a hole punch, you take some yarn, you make a bookmark. Now, I told you I thought a cooler way to do it to make it more DIY is take some little paint, take your brushes, and paint little squares. What's cool about that is you can actually make like a rainbow. So you can do blues and greens and purples and whatever. But what a cool idea to have. Now, I think if you have a laminator, which I think you can buy these days now, you can actually laminate them after they are painted, and it actually keeps the bookmark longer. If you notice the bookmarks you have at home, it's got a gloss on it, usually
right.
the lamination process to keep
What I really like about this is that this could go great with like a holiday book that you give someone, right? You get it then book, and then
there
make
you
a
go.
handmade bookmark, put it in the book. You can sign it so they don't forget where it came from. And I love this. I love this idea. I love the colors, and you can make it any color to match your house because it's paint swatches, you know?
There you go. So it doubles in case you want to repaint, pull it out, paint your walls and then put it back in your book. So what do you guys think of the recycled? Pretty easy to do. Like I said, the most things you'll need is really paint, some magnets, and then the mason jars. Everything else are things, and like I said, we have our list of the paper.
Here, I'll
and
put
all
that up
stuff
there
to
right
do.
now.
Okay, so we'll put it up there. And honestly, guys, like it's all right there. It'll take you 2 seconds. And while you're there, if for some reason maybe you want a different colored paper, you can grab some other paper, but it's,
Right.
it's all right there for you. So recycle is all good, right? I like recycling,
Me too.
but you know me, I'm the fur baby person.
Yes,
I
you
want to get my pet something. So I found what I thought were 5 hilarious ones. This is your very own kitty motorhome / kitty camper. Because what kitty doesn't want his own motorhome, right? So what these people did was literally with an Amazon box, they cut out a shape, kind of an oval shape. You glued it together with cardboard, paint or glue, and you painted it. They gave them little windows, they drew little wheels, and then of course they decorated because when we had our motorhome, you had to put your stuff out. So they put out their plants and the little seats and all that stuff because every good cat needs to have his,
They need
lounge chair. But I just think this is hilarious. And this really, honestly, guys, if you are somebody who likes to get stuff for the holidays for your pets, this is something fun you can do with your family. And yeah, your pet might not care or whatever, but it is a very cute little thing, I think, to do. And honestly, of the things I found, look, I mean, come on. I know you don't have one, but I mean, wouldn't you want
I
to
think
make
this is adorable.
Our...
Yeah. Well, because we know that cats love to play with boxes and with, all of that. So that's really cute.
So why not repurpose the box into something colorful, right?
Exactly. I feel like I should go get a cat or something so, I could do this.
Maybe on our ASPCA show, we'll do that.
There you go.
All right, now we're not going to forget the doggies. Now this one here is the only one that really is going to have some work to be done. And I actually thought about my grandpa because he does the woodworking. So what you're going to do here is basically using a measuring tape, measure the height and length of your bed. Usually for smaller dogs, you have one, I have one. What do they whine about? They're always like, lift me up. I want to get up. I'm like, you're a dog. You can jump. No, they want you to do it. So why not build some doggy steps? All you're going to do is take your wood, cut to size with your wood glue. And I would do this. I'd put some fabric on top with a staple gun. You have a nice little doggy set of steps. And I will tell you, because we were looking for some for our little one for a while, these things are pricey to get regularly. So you can actually save a lot of money building your own. And I don't know if Home Depot still does it, but I think they'll give you lumber that can't be used. And you can actually get lumber from them.
Yeah, possibly. Sometimes. But you know what I like, Rob? I like the fact that there's a toy box that's built right into
You noticed that. Okay, so
I love that.
How clever is that? So guys, you know us. We talk about organization and storage, right? Well, one thing that we know of, because our big dog leaves them everywhere, why not put them away somewhere? They might not put them away, but you'll feel better having a spot to stick their toys in. And yeah, leave it out a little bit so they can pull out their favorite toy. I actually like the penguin toy there. It looks kind of cute.
Me too. I love it.
But how cool is that? It's a dual purpose gift. It's stairs for dogs. And again, a lot of times dogs with older ones with arthritis, these are really good to have because it's easier for them to get up onto the couch or the bed.
Right.
And then, of course, you get the storage. All right, number 3, and you love this one, I think, a lot. You went, aw, when you saw this.
It's so cute.
So this also might take some skill, but again, it's a pretty basic idea. You want to have a plank. You want to get some metal cord, which you can pick up at a home store, and then grab their favorite bed. So our kitty tree is by the window, but unfortunately, the way the blinds are, it's hard to see out. I love windows like this for this particular reason. All you're going to do is hook it up. I believe you can use some sort of those detachable like strips so you don't have to ruin the wall.
Right.
Put their favorite bed on there, and Kitty now has a view. Victoria tells me that at her house, they purposely put them by a window where the birds are, so their cats have Kitty TV, and their cats get to watch the birds while sleeping on a bed right outside the window. So trust me, they may not automatically go to it, but this is something cats do love. And your cat your cat will thank you in the way cats do by ignoring you and going, leave me be, go, let me sit on my throne.
This is great.
All right, so the next one, and this one I'm actually going to try to make for ours at home. We just need an old t-shirt. This one I found everywhere. It's a kitty tent. So all you need is some old wire hangers. You want to make sure it's the hangers you can bend, not the plastic ones. An old t-shirt or a dress, depending on the size, and cardboard. You're going to cut this about 5x5, 6x6, depending on the size of your cat. Using tape and some glue, you're going to crisscross the wires, basically make an A-frame, kind of how you build a building.
Right.
And then you slide the t-shirt over using the hole where you would put your head as the opening. And you now have made a kitty tent.
It's so cute.
I love this stuff, and I really think when we do our other show for the shelter, I mean, this might be something fun to actually put together, because this is something that really, a lot of times, when you're looking for something to give as a donation or give to somebody, this is actually kind of what they need.
Very clever.
This is kind of what helps, they feel safe. Cats and dogs, they like to be cuddled. Right. They like to be hugged. Yeah. So how cool is that? This is really, and so far, other than the dog steps, these are pretty simple things to be doing, I think. Absolutely. The last one is really, really easy, and probably everyone's going to have something. Right. Who doesn't have a Target or a Walmart Tupperware? Maybe an old trash can like this. All you need is a stencil, maybe some spray paint. You now have given your dog or cat its very own food container. Now, I'm actually looking, because I'm in my room where my cat is. We just kind of have a generic container. I'm actually tempted to do this. I might actually want to take this container I have, paint it, maybe write her name, and make it her very own, food container.
I love it. It's great.
And this is something I think you probably don't have to buy, because most likely you probably have a container of some sort that is paintable,
It's a great idea. A great idea.
So these are all great for the pet owners at home. So far, for those who are joining, as you usually say, we've started off with some upcycled repurposed crafts. We just finished up some really cute pet crafts. And of course, if you are watching on replay, you'll be able to get all this information. The Amazon link will be there as well. Now, I would be amiss if I didn't do date night, because I'm a fan of doing days or date nights, depending on our schedule. So I am going to share with you some of our personal things that we've made, and see if I remember how I put them together. Okay, so this first one is really cute, and this actually goes in a set. These are lovebirds. So you give one to you, one to your spouse. My wife actually did all the cutting and got all this done. All we do is we took some colored paper for each side. We took a tiny piece of paper for the wing, a Sharpie, and his beak, and we glued the bird together. You notice the bottom, we have these little paperclip legs. Inside, we put the glue. Literally, the longest thing that this took was waiting for dry overnight. Otherwise,
so cute.
Probably a 2-minute craft that,
So cute.
And it's good. And I love the lovebird idea, because that's definitely very intimate way to share with your spouse. Exactly. You each have something that is That is
Exactly.
special.
I love that. And you know what? I know we're talking date night, but that would be a great project also to do with your kids.
There you go.
There you go.
Pick your repurpose. All right. Number two. Now, this one actually came from one of my book club videos I did a while back. Who doesn't love a good masquerade? Where are my eyeballs? There are my eyeballs. I can see myself. So this was really fun to put together. Now, this one, for those who like to do kind of like, dress up type of deals, all you need are some wooden dowels, which you can pick up on our Amazon list there. Construction paper. This one's a little bit thicker, but any construction paper will do. And some stickers. And I guess I colored mine because what the heck, why not? All you do is you glue the wooden dowel to the back, and you have,
and just in time for Halloween.
oh, there you go.
Just in time.
You want to be that? No, I'm just kidding. No, that actually is, that is very true. And you can tell. So all I did was I took my Sharpie, I made a design. I actually found a design on Google. I cut it out, shaped it, and then I was able to do that. There. So that's one of my favorites. And when we were at the book club, we talked about Sherlock Holmes with Detective Story, Masquerade. All right. Now, this one, apologize ahead of time because the paint has dried a little bit, but these are mason jar photo albums. So,
oh my God, that is cute.
I'm sorry?
Those are so cute. Oh my gosh.
So all you do is with the same mason jar we did earlier, you take the tempera paint and you kind of let it do this. You hold it upside down to let it kind of dry out into a paper cup or a plastic cup. The next day, after everything's dried, you can take a little paper towel, kind of get some excess off, and then you put in one of your favorite pictures. This is actually us at a concert we went to a few years ago. So it's one of my favorite pictures. And we now have a portable and reusable photo album. So let's say we want to pop it out. You just unscrew, the cap. Of course, it's stuck to the top, but you get the drift. You unscrew the cap, you pick the picture out, put a new one in, have a brand new photo frame. That's decor.
So one of the things that I do with this, and I think we should, I'm going to decorate this, but I do something really kind of cool, and it goes along with the date night, and that is I have little pieces of paper in here, in my little mason jar. And both Dad and I, when we come up with something fun to do, we will literally write it down on this, put it in the mason jar. And then when we want to do something fun, we go into the mason jar and we pull out a really fun activity. So, I like the idea that your faces are that, that you had to put a picture in there because that actually goes right along with this. So thank you for that great idea.
There you go. All you need is a good picture that you like and you're done.
Exactly.
All right, number 4 on the list that I picked are paper bobbleheads. So look how cute this guy is. He actually bobbles. So this literally is probably the easiest thing. All you need is a piece of paper. Like literally, it's just a piece of paper. What she did was she cut around. She cut a little tail. And you're going to connect it by another little piece of paper. Oop. There we go. Maybe you can see that better. I don't know. We hit the head. We got the head. We attached that with a piece of paper right there. And then with a Sharpie, we drew. Now, of course, it was a bear, so we used brown construction paper, but you can use whatever color. You can make bunnies, you can make dogs, cats, whatever you feel. But these are really neat. And it literally, it bobbles like a bobblehead. It's actually really cute. We just stick these on our shelf as a decoration, but this would also be good, on a bookshelf, on your desk. Endless.
Very cute. Very cute.
Yeah, very, very cute, I think. Now, this one is one of my personal favorites, and this one was one that I came across, and we did this together. Painted rocks. Obviously, we know what my thing is, so that's what she painted on my rock. But this is a really fun activity to do. All you do is take the correct paint. I think you can use tempera paint or acrylic paint, one of the two, and you paint your design. So she made me a Pokeball, obviously. Why
Love
not?
it.
And you let it dry. We have a couple other ones that are around. And again, this is something like the lovebirds where we made one for each of us that kind of corresponds.
Right.
And you put it on each other's desks. So, and
I
all
love
these
that
things
too.
took us under 10, 15 minutes to do. So if you are looking for a date night, but maybe you're a little short on time or it's kind of a busy week, you can still have fun bonding and do this together.
And here's another idea with the rocks. I mean, if you go out for a walk with your significant other or you go on vacation and you find a really cool rock, take it home with you. And then now you have a memory from wherever you were and then paint the rock and maybe put a date on the back. So now you can memorialize all of your vacations. And again, it goes along the date night. Maybe it's just, taking a walk. But
Yeah,
it's great. I think it's great. These are such good ideas, Rob. I love these.
it's fun. I love finding all this stuff.
So I put the Amazon link in the comments. So if you just want to go check it out, because we put all of the items in there. I don't mean the actual projects, but the materials that you need, either the paint and the glue and the magnets and all that. And as Rob said, you click the link. You don't like what we picked out, go in there and find something that works for you. Right? It'll all work out. Totally work out. So, what's our last thought here? Do we want to send? Well, actually, I do have one thought, Rob, and I want to, even though this is not our Minding Your Mental Health show, we do have a book that you and I put together about finding our passion. And I think it's never too late to find your passion. And all you have to do is go to mindingyourmentalhealth.com. It's free. It's absolutely free. Go download it. And we'd love to hear how you're finding your passion and actually what your passion is. Obviously, our passion is to be here online with you and having these conversations. We do this, we love this, and we have decided that this is something we want to keep doing. You can find what you're passionate about as well. Any last words that we need to put out here?
Um, Go out, get crafty.
I love it. Go out, get crafty, give somebody an awesome day. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.